Okay. Because it's just the one over and one back. The kind of the copper wire kind of spent. It doesn't really like burn it up, but I kind of spool it around a finger, put it back in a pocket, just out of the way, and I look at the other guys. I give Knox a kind of look, like
And then I telepathically give a message. Did you hear back?
as far as they know, nothing's wrong in Arbordale.
It's all in the up and up?
That they're still functioning.
Okay. Did he know LaShawn?
Sounds like he's friends. That might be more of a ruse from LaShawn's end.
Then our other task is to find a reasoning for LaShawn and actually give proof that LaShawn is corrupt. To show the guild that we weren't,
Going
not
rogue.
abiding. Yeah, we were going off their tactics.
Going off the rails
so yeah,
on the
just
Swayze train.
had that little conversation. I give him a nod at the end, just so like the other guys kind of get the notion. So
Okay, and while you were sending this message and having this little conversation in your heads between the two of you, Flint had walked up and put his hand on Ben's shoulder and turned him around, and they had words privately. You could see Ben gesturing somewhat. All of you go ahead and make a perception check.
Could I have Crowan actually close by them?
fuck no.
He is in a tree on the side of the stream that you guys came from. He's just sitting on one of the branches up in one of these trees.
Okay, that's fine.
I got a 10.
Sean, that was a persuasion.
Did I do persuasion?
No, he did. A
No, I did
at the end.
perception.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, there it is.
I did persuasion up here.
I'm perceptive still.
I'm
Ooh, you
proficient in.
You're like
perception.
multitasking. You're
Oh,
like
God.
you're like paying attention to them and having a conversation with me in your mind.
Wizard minds, man.
Yeah,
dude.
I guess so.
Fucking
Crazy.
abstract mind.
Multitasking.
I think on different planes of existence too.
Wainred, you don't pick up on what they're saying, but the three others you do, and you hear just a few of the whispered words like patience, trust them, stuff like they're obviously having a conversation about like what they should do with you since you're not. They're having their own questions voiced between the two of them, not to the two of you, or not to the four of you.
Who's telling who to trust us?
Well, those were just two of the words that you heard. Like there's other words around that.
Right. Oh, okay. So you don't know.
Yeah, you picked up a few sparse words because they were whispering to each other. This is a forest with nature, the sound of the stream, other stuff. You picked up on the whisper, but only a few words.
Speak of the plans. Figuring out what they just said.
So,
And then after a couple minutes, Ben just finishes the conversation, nods his head, sort of reassuringly, just like just hold on, just wait. We're gonna figure out what's happening here. And turns back to you.
so say we join your cause. I look at both Hingman and Wainred knowingly. I could. Well, I didn't say it at the end there. I was gonna say like
Oh,
that's
relay?
a-
Okay.
relay that sort of information to them. I guess it was just a short amount of time and not really a lot to relay back and forth. But so say we join your cause and we help you rid Arborsdale of this Lord Blackwell's rule, what assurances do you give us that we can clear up this guild business?
Well, the only assurances that I can give is that if LaShawn is up there and he's corrupt as we think that he is, then he should be brought to justice as well.
My ears perk up at the word of justice.
We will still need proof to give to the guild.
We will take that justice will be met out, but it must be done on guild terms. Do you agree to this?
Fair enough.
I look at the other guys, just kind of, you know, what say you?
Well, those people need our help.
And if it's what the if the guild's behind it, you know, if they're with us, then yeah.
I look at him.
Could we get a hold of them somehow?
I
Burn
give you
another
kind of a
spell
knowing look. Trust me, this will be something the guild will want to be involved in once everything has come to light.
Sure.
Well, I'm
You
down.
have our support.
Well, we still don't know that you four aren't somehow aligned with Lord Blackwell. What was your purpose for coming to find us in the first place?
Funny you should ask. We were actually making our way through Ethan's tract. Have you ever been there?
I think I went there a few times in my youth, but not much in my adult years. Why do you ask?
It's good that you don't go there now.
Well,
The town is vacant,
The town is very vacant.
and it's overrun with
The undead.
necromancy.
And he's nodding and already knows all of this.
Do you know what happened?
Or what the cause might have been.
I can tell you all of that, but not right now. If you trust me at all, I cannot. It's better left for when our heads are more focused. If we settle all this stuff with Lord Blackwell, I'll tell you everything, but it will be a better conversation for a better day.
Can I see kind of like just try to get a little more insight as to like I know he's not wanting to answer the question, but would it be because he's like, does he seem concerned? Does he seem like
Is he pretending to know stuff
well,
to get
just
us to
well,
Anybody who wants to roll insight,
insight?
oh my god.
because this kind of answer to any question from anybody would probably be something that like any person would want to try and figure out the meaning of. So you all can join in on this one.
11.
Yeah, Bracho got it. I got 7. I'm fucking up. I got a +5 on insight too.
Damn, dude.
Oh no, actually a +6. Because we get a +3 proficiency.
Yeah, you
bonus
do.
now.
I tuned my little
So,
Hingland
8.
ears.
Yeah, Bracho got the highest one.
From the look on his face and the way that the tone of his voice has sort of changed when he started asking about Ethan's tract, he's telling the truth as far as his motivations for delaying this conversation are completely out of your interest and his as well. Like, this is something that this is absolutely a conversation you should have much later when they're not busy and you're not busy.
Give my bros a little head nods.
It seems like whatever answer he's going to give you is going to be like somewhat involved in the answer.
Right.
Okay.
I guess it's his life story.
Well, it's a topic we'll revisit, but for now, if you feel you need to have our loyalty tested, what do you have in mind?
Well, he did ask us why we were.
Oh, well, I mean, besides obviously our intentions, we were trying to find out more about Ethan's tract, but
Which led us to Arborsdale, and we looked for more information,
Oh, we got arrested.
asking around, and then we
And that
fell into-
quickly got shut down.
Yes.
Made a raccoon friend.
I guess that's one positive.
He turns his head and like cocks his head a little bit and looks at you with a look of like, that's strange. About the
Yeah.
raccoon.
That's another story for a different day.
So, what happened? You were in the town and then you came looking for us.
No, actually, I think it was your cohort there that actually mugged my friend, and then we vowed to find his purse, which led us here.
You know, he's actually right. We probably wouldn't have even given you a second thought if that really singular event had not occurred. So thank you, Rudd.
And Ben looks over his shoulder, and Rudd is kicking his foot right now and laughing to himself a little bit, but also kind of like ashamed that you just directly pointed that out. Like he didn't think of that until now. That the reason that you guys are here is because of him. That never really added up to him.
Okay.
Well, and I kind of look at him, kind of, you know. You said he was giggling a little bit.
He just chuckled slightly when they said that he stole your purse.
I look at him. Yes, it is funny how things occur.
How
Funny.
serendipitous.
Funny how a singular event can lead to much larger repercussions. I give him a kind of stern look at that last part.
I just think to myself, Torm is glorious, or Tyr is glorious.
Now you hear Ben chuckle slightly to himself like a hearty. I try to tell him things like that every day.
Kick.
Well, I can tell you with complete honesty, and as Gond as my witness, we aren't hiding anything from you. We came here, our paths have crossed, and as fate would have it, our goals are aligned.
You wish to see Lord Blackwell out of power?
Justice, blah, blah, blah.
I wish to see the people treated the way they deserve to be treated. And if that entails removing Lord Blackwell from his position of power, so be it.
With minimal killing.
Minimal killing
Yes.
of people who don't deserve it.
That kinda-
Maximum dancing.
I'm struggling with that no killing thing, but I know it'll appease Mordred.
I'll
Oh, I'm
be
not
very
too
proud
averse
of
to
you.
killing. I've killed lots of people in this campaign so far.
I'm
character?
averse.
You wouldn't-
I'm
you-
averse
you
to
choose.
any unnecessary bloodshed.
Same.
Choose, yeah,
Unnecessary bloodshed.
And
I'm
I-
for the bloodshed.
I would hope you both are as well.
Well, those who would surrender will be free to put down their arms, and we will restrain them just for the moment of what happens. But certainly they will be let live. Those who outright attack us and try to kill us, well, I can't say that we won't defend ourselves.
And nor should you, but the important thing about justice is that it's meted out fairly and no biases. But
Everybody make a perception check. Make one more.
please be better this time. Fuck! 15!
Oh, I wish I got that
Not
nat
trying
20.
to
That'd have been great.
TK got a 15.
15. 15.
Oh, I got a 5. Shit.
Knox, you see Rudd behind Ben during this conversation that you guys are having right now. He is turned he's faced about 90 degrees away from everybody, and his head is not looking at you, and he's visibly turned away from the conversation at this point of time. Like, just whatever you guys are talking about, he's not wanting to have any part of it right now, or he's just distancing himself from what you're talking about.
They're
Rudd,
fucking.
what say you in this matter?
Yeah, saddle up, boy. This is your fucking rebellion.
And he just turns over his shoulder and doesn't look at you, but looks more in your direction and just says, I'm in agreement.
With
You're acting very sheepish, Rudd.
Well, he's agreeing, but no, unnecessary bloodshed. And when you say that he's acting suspicious, Ben just puts up a hand and gives you a look of, like, just let that be.
Very well. So, what's the plan?
Well, I think that's a conversation better had elsewhere. But follow us. And they head back towards the camp.
Do they put their clothes on?
I mean, assuming they had their clothes on, they just didn't have their armor on.
No, they didn't have their armor on.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, they've got all their clothes and stuff on. They were just out here, like, having a conversation away from
I
other
didn't think they
people.
were just talking to each other naked, but
Having
they're just
having-
not like
having
well suited for.
Uncle Touchy's river
So,
time
just one of those local cultural things.
I
adventure.
guess it was very deliverance.
So as they head back, I guess we'll trail behind. I'll relay that information that I got from Graven to Hingman and
Wainwright.
Wainwright. That Graven sounds
out of the loop.
like he genuinely does not know what's going on. And if it's been 4 months since that occurred, I feel that we're in the right. Very least,
To investigate it.
our priorities, and
It's probably too late for investigation.
well,
We're
no,
getting ready for war.
no, more than anything, I want it to be clear from my stance. We find this wrongdoing on the guild end. That is
Find LaShawn.
my investment in this, because that
LaShawn is the key.
increases our standing, and if we can try and establish that relationship again, and I feel confident that whatever part we may play here, we could rely on that, later. But for now, just that is my 2 cents, my priorities in this, the guild business.
I concur.
Yeah, I guess we
Indeed.
was just not trailing too far behind, obviously, just walking back with them, I guess, to the camp.
Or wherever they're taking us.
Yeah, wherever they're walking, we'll just follow.
Yeah, they're going back to camp. It was a short walk, and their path is not exactly the same as the one that you guys took, because it's through the forest. They do take a direct path right to the camp.
Through the woods.
And they lead you over to a tent on the far side from where you guys have had your where you spent the night last night. The tent has some tables in it, different pieces of paper laid out, just things. It's the planning sort of room or tent that they have set up to do this kind of stuff specifically.
The war room.
The war tent.
And a large map is laid out on the central table. Somebody has drawn out the different areas of the city, and they have included at the top of this map Lord Blackwell's castle.
Yes.
And they both just bring you in, and Ben says, well, we've been discussing that. Now, Lord Blackwell currently has about 100 men ready to go at any time. His army is standing down at the moment, since there's been no need for any large standing army, but he always likes to keep himself well protected, just in case. We can either try and get somebody inside quietly and work from within, meeting others on the outside. Or we can all just rush at once and try to take as much of the city as we can, spread ourselves out as to not be a larger target. There are many options here. I would hear advice from any of you.
I speak up a little bit and I say, well, you have this young sprout here that seems to be very viable in his stealth abilities. And with me as a wizard, I can actually make myself illusory, and I can cast invisibility on myself.
Illusory.
And we have ourselves here a paladin that seems to be
Sneaks.
finding his way into the stealth venue. I say we three maybe go in together.
And what, open the gates for him?
And you? Motioning to Heskar.
I assume that,
You could be distraction, maybe.
well,
Possibly.
tell me this. This Flint Henwick that you've created, no one knows his true identity outside of this camp, correct?
No, there are select few who know who the boy really is.
That all can be trusted.
Well, we have one of our people inside of, or a few of the people inside of the city currently. Most are here. But I believe two that you met, Gregory and his wife.
Yeah, he was kind of dodgy about it, and now it kind of makes sense. He's good sorts. I feel with the amount of attention that he seems to have garnered, that's the most surefire way to get a audience or get closer to Lord Blackwell. You say he has 100 strong. I am just guessing, but I imagine you can't match that on the open field, correct?
Not in the open field, no.
And
That would be
Get
foolish.
Blackwell. Tell him to stand his guards down. Our first point would be to get Blackwell first.
yes, and I feel that taking this to, different portions of Arborsdale, as you suggested, would not be in the best interests of the town as a whole. You obviously can understand that by this huge shift in, rule that you're suggesting we take part in, that
Power vacuum.
there will be a power vacuum, and I would imagine that whoever takes Lord Blackwell's place will be under more scrutiny than even Lord Blackwell himself. So I just,
The expectations will be great.
I feel our approach is as important as what you do after the fact. So I feel if we can resolve this with as little conflict and controversy as possible, it would be in our best interest. And I think Knox was of the right mindset. Use that reputation that you so skillfully built to, and you'll have to trust us when I suggest this, turn Flint in. Use that. Get in close to Lord Blackwell.
Will they believe that it's really him, though, since they don't know what he actually looks like and think he looks like something completely different?
Bring him in with the mask
Well,
on.
he's
Oh, with the mask.
he, as you said, very few people know that this truly is the boy. If need be, I imagine we could maybe help in that department as far as how he looks, or, hell, we could certainly disfigure him enough. I give him just a little joking wink. to Rudd. You know, to really sell the narrative about the mask.
He's not amused, but he's not like mad about it or anything either.
But
We gotta turn Rudd the Dud into Rudd the Stud, guys.
makeover.
This
No.
isn't pretty well.
Makeover!
What say you? I assume that you might have an opinion yourself.
I would hope.
I would hope too.
Well, our thought was to spread some of our people around the city, just in case open fighting did break out. That way we have a more advantageous position. Being able to ambush certain attackers should...
The more
Need a rise.
widespread you are, the more damage to the town you'll end up doing.
Well, is
Not necessarily. If it's going to be close and fighting.
if you were to suggest choke points, or you know, positions that would be most advantageous, what would you say?
Strategical zones.
Well, he just points out certain places that are marked on the map.
I see.
Do you? Numbers?
I guess.
But if your suggestion of the stealth route is how you'd like to enact your part in this, I think we can plan for that.
I think
I-
strategic stealthing is probably the best way to go.
I feel that, you know, we could
We could do either.
do the opposite of stealth. As you probably noticed, we made quite a bit of noise coming into and leaving town. The last bit of which was us swearing we would capture Flint, and I think we could use that as a quite a large distraction, and you could,
Way to
in larger
parlay.
quantities, move your people in and get into position.
Mhm.
It's pretty da-
Well, you guys were kicked out of the town, so like
Right, I know. I'm just
unless you
Yeah.
come back with Flint in hands, you're not, you know.
and that's absolutely what I'm proposing.
Yeah.
We have him in hand, or you know,
That, or you could throw a little knapsack over somebody's head and say that you've captured him. Could be anybody.
Yeah.
And we go in with Rudd to a point that maybe he knows of.
Whoever we use as
Sneaking in.
Flint, give him the mask as proof that he is indeed Flint.
how do you
Do you have anybody in your camp that resembles the caricature of Flint? Or that can be made to look like that?
Someone who's the same size and build roughly as Rudd.
Well, I mean, you know, from talking to the people in the town, the depiction on the poster is just like the image of Flint Henwick, like the folklore kind of person. Like that's like his description right there.
I say we take the mask,
take just the mask?
put it on somebody else.
Very well. I mean, all of us are, you know, noticeable and clearly not Henwick.
Yeah.
Use
But
him.
Rudd
as a-
speaks up and says, "The guards are going to take that mask off the first time they see you. You're not going to get far doing that."
Oh, I didn't suggest any of us.
No, one of your men maybe.
Someone worthy to,
Unless you
Risk.
demand to speak to Lord Blackwell himself.
Mm-hmm.
No matter who does it, I'm saying.
And I have,
They're just going to believe that you caught him? No, they're going to want to see who it is in there.
Well,
Well,
yeah.
yeah.
But that's
Yeah.
why we bring the mask with.
That's
as
why you
proof.
show them the mask.
and
that
a
the person
compliant and a
is.
compliant entity like somebody from your camp
Yeah.
to keep up the mirage.
And how does this help us?
Because we could parlay this into
an audience.
getting closer to Blackwell. Yeah, an audience with Blackwell to get close to him.
And it'll cause a distraction for your troops to come into the city and take up positions.
And if
It'll,
there
it'll cause a frenzy in the town.
if there is a
for sure.
bounty, I'm not certain that Blackwell will just give however much money, 5,000 gold pieces to his guards to then deliver to us. I would
Yeah.
assume that he would want to do it himself.
Seems like something he'd be interested in.
Give that bounty directly.
If you have a better idea to catch his attention, in a way that could be
To draw them out.
Yeah, to draw them out in a less violent way than that. I mean, I'm all ears, Brett.